Welcome to Coffee and RPGs. My name is Solomon SK, and thank you for tuning in for another episode of MMO and RPG News Roundup. I know the thumbnail is a little bit clickbaity, I will admit that, but hear me out. I think I have a really good argument as to what's been going on within the MMO industry, particularly with Fortnite. So yeah, with that being said, hope you guys got your beverage of choice, and let's cover the news together. Cheers to you guys. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, and particularly our MMORPG podcast that I do with Kenneth and Sir Jaziel, this is something we've been actually recently been talking about as well, and that is the whole evolution of MMORPGs in general and as a genre. And no matter where you line up in the spectrum of what's considered an MMO, because those lines seem to be shifting as the day goes on, I think it's super interesting that a lot of games out there are trying to change it up a bit with different playstyles, such as an MMORTS with Starborn, and you have numerous other survival MMOs out there such as Population Zero, and you also have sort of your co-op hub-based online games such as Destiny 2, not to mention the original Guild Wars games as well. So it seems a little bit messy and it seems a little bit complicated, but at the same time I'm very excited about different things that are going on out there in the genre. Our first bit of news that goes into this discussion comes from massivelyop.com. Fortnite adds a non-combat in-game social space known as Party Royale. Now, I'm not saying that this mode of in itself makes Fortnite all of a sudden an MMORPG. That's not what I'm saying. But I think it's super interesting to know that they're going more towards a direction, say Second Life, perhaps even. I envy you, even. No, I don't envy you. I'm talking about the game I envy you. And you also have things like VR chat that is getting a lot of popularity these days as well. So what I'm saying is that I feel like the lines are continually being blurred, but in any event, I still think this is a really interesting evolution for the Fortnite franchise. So let's read on. So we all know that Fortnite is a battle royale shooter, but once in a while it's also been a point for some impressive social gatherings. It's this sort of interaction that Epic Games appears to want to foster with the semi-quiet introduction of Party Royale, a socially focused in-game area that's less about being the top kill list and more about just hanging out. And let's be honest out there, you know, even if you were to play hardcore MMORPGs like Black Desert Online or World of Warcraft, like how many of us just chill at at a city and just kind of act silly in chat and just do whatever. It goes on to read, in one report, it's described as a color-soaked playground with minigames, screens popping out videos and music, a pirate ship, a go-kart track, and even a beach site to hang out and enjoy all the digital scenery. And again, those are some of the aspects of what kind of defines an MMORPG or an MMO just in general. Because again, going back to our discussion in our MMORPG podcast, we discussed what was said about even games like World of Warcraft, where I believe it was the former CEO of Blizzard that said World of Warcraft has become less social, but others may disagree with that statement. But in any event, it's things like this that a lot of MMORPG players enjoy doing, or at least a part of it is. And the article wraps up by saying, it would seem that Epic Games has plans for this space. But for now, this new Party Royale mode is either the next evolution in making Fortnite into a weird little soapbox, or another step away from what it was originally touted as. So admittedly, I'm more interested in this story because the categories of what defines an MMORPG is being shifted, and if this gains enough traction and gains enough popularity, would Fortnite still be considered a battle royale shooter? Maybe it could branch off into something else. Maybe it could be both. Who knows? But in any event, it's stories like this that really interests me and excite me, just because I have no idea where such things could lead. What kind of new things that we could gather from, because let's not forget the reason why games such as Dota and Dota 2 are so popular is because a bunch of modders wanted to do something different within the RTS genre. So I'm not saying that, you know, somehow this is going to be the next evolution in MMORPGs or anything like that. It's possible, but at the same time, I'd be interested to check it out just to see what's going on. Next, we head on over to Gematsu.com. Cyberpunk 2077 news set for June 11th. And that's all I really wanted to share. CD Projekt Red's global community lead, Marcin Mamat, I'm butchering his name, I do apologize, said that stuff will be shown. Next, we head on over to massivelyop.com. We covered this yesterday, and I'll just briefly cover it again. EVE Online celebrates 17 years with login rewards and Triglavian fights in their official EVE Online Twitter handle. The 7th birthday of EVE will be marked by a daily Capsuleer Day celebration login rewards running from today to the 19th of May. Rewards include skins, apparel, skill points, filaments, and boosters, with Omegas receiving all the alpha rewards plus bigger gifts too. And one of the bigger news coming from MMORPG.com, New World explores the tools and weapons of war. It says that each side, attackers and defenders, have their own weapons and tools at their disposal. For example, the attackers can use cannons, which will have a medium rate of fire and high damage per hit. Attackers also have fire launchers, which does fire AoE damage. Defenders also have their own tools, such as a ballista, which is similar to the cannon. Defenders also have their own repeater, along with fire dropper, which straight up drops burning liquid down on its enemies. And also, there are tools available for both attackers and defenders, such as inferno mines and powder kegs as well. So we have a lot of interesting and talented modders out there, apparently. Our next story comes from allchar.com. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, PvP and co-op mod now available for download. And again, this is a mod, not an actual official update from FromSoftware. But goes on to read, the long-awaited mod for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice that introduces PvP and co-op modes have finally arrived. It is available for download on Nexus Mods. And if you've been modding games such as Fallout and Skyrim, you already know what this website is. So definitely check that out if this is something that you have. But I should also note that this is likely just for the PC, though. Heading on back over to massivelyop.com, Guild Wars 2 No Quarter episode launches May 26th with new map and mastery. The episode will include a new map, the Char Civil War meta event, a new wave-based strike mission dubbed Cold War, a new weapon set as well called Tango Echo or Stormcaller, new Char-themed backpacks and helms, a new emote for playing dead, new Bear Shaman armor, and a new mastery line called United Legion's Waystation Mastery as well, just to name a few out of the tons of other stuff that this update will bring along. And just a reminder, this will be the episode that rolls out to players without voice acting due to the global situation that I can't mention, but ArenaNet has said that it will patch in the actor's work as soon as it's available to record and process it again. Heading back over to allchar.com, World War Z devs outline Marseille map? I think that's how you say it. Marseille map ahead of tomorrow's launch. World War Z is getting a brand new map tomorrow, so Saber Interactive decided to shed more light on what they call the most diverse location they've made so far. Back on over to massivelyop.com, developer Crate Entertainment considers the possibility of a Grim Dawn 2. The game designer Camille Marczewinski, I'm butchering that, I do apologize, said that we are currently developing several new titles, so the team is staying busy. Grim Dawn is obviously very dear to us, so while we are thinking about Grim Dawn 2, development has not started. I'm actually kind of curious what other titles they're making, actually. And sticking with massivelyop.com, Elite Dangerous' second round of Fleet Carriers beta starts on May 11th for all platforms. This round of beta kicks off on Monday 11th of May and will run all the way until Tuesday, May 26th. This time around, everyone's invited, including players on consoles as well as on the PC. Players should also bear in mind that their saved data from the past Thursday beta from April 30th has been carried over to this beta as well, which is always good news. And I will mention this briefly since it's talking about Borderlands, and Borderlands is a pretty awesome RPG. Coming from PCGamer.com, Cate Blanchett may play Lilith in the Borderlands movie. And this is news to me because I didn't even know there was a Borderlands movie being produced. So there you go. Back on over to massivelyop.com, Trove's Delve update is live for PC players today with the new Delve mode and Tomb Raider revamp. That's actually really fast because I just covered them putting the Delve update in the PTS just last week, I believe. But the update does go live on the PC servers as of today. Assumed that the consoles will follow pretty soon. And you guys already know that I have my biases against mobile titles, but there are a few that I really do enjoy, and one of them is Epic 7, and they're doing another crossover event with Guilty Gear. So if you head on over to page.onstove.com, their main website, it actually lists all the different things that you could obtain from this event, and I'm definitely enjoying it, so don't judge me. Back on over to massivelyop.com, Survival MMO Population Zero has formally launched into Steam Early Access. As we previously covered, the title includes PvE, crafting, building, and exploration set against the background of a switchable two-faction PvP as well. And also, you might know this survival MMO based on the fact that it has a 7-day cycle rather than a 30-day cycle that I believe most survival MMORPGs have. Back on over to MMORPG.com, Double XP hits RuneScape as closed iOS beta draws near. Double XP is set to begin on May 8th, this Friday, and is set to run through May 18th. Additionally, the closed beta for the iOS version of RuneScape is set to begin on May 11th. The mobile version of the game is set to be fully cross-compatible with the desktop version, which is always nice. And the first signups will arrive on May 11th, with other waves to follow. And real quick, we head on over to massivelyop.com, and they just have an article sharing about what they said in the recent quarterly earnings report. The main takeaway for me, at least just from going through it just briefly, Activision Blizzard on a whole saw revenues down year over year once again, but this time down only 2.2% compared to the same quarter last year. The company characterizes it as a much better than expected quarter, largely thanks to the popularity of Call of Duty Warzone and stay-at-home measures driving gamers to active Blizz titles. And honestly, I mean, if you want to read the rest of the report, they have a bunch of numbers and jargons and all that stuff that I'm really not interested in unless you actually have stock or some sort of investment with them. And back over to MMORPG.com, Lord of the Rings Online Update 26.0.2 release notes, sees quest fixes and more. So yeah, it's just your run-of-the-mill update that fixes a bunch of things, nothing special. But if you're interested in what this update entails, you could always go to lotro.com, and I'll have the link down in the pinned comment section below. From massivelyop.com, Wurm Online fixes a number of weird bugs in the latest patch. And again, this is another game that received another update as well. And again, you could always go to wurmonline.com for the latest details of that particular update. And that concludes another episode of MMO and RPG News Roundup. I do appreciate if you made it with me so far. The watch time does help with the algorithms. If you haven't done so, please consider giving a like and a subscription and hitting the bell notification too as well. Man, that's a lot of stuff. But as a growing channel, I do appreciate all the help that I could get. So to those of you who already done so, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a blessed night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.